Hello everyone, so this is the bag we are going to be making. So this is the base of the bag. As you can see, the base does not have joining any parts, so it's just round. So this is how the handle looks like. So let's get into it. So for the bag, we're making use of the length of 6 inch and the width of 9 inch, the length of 6 inch and the width of 9 inch for both front and the back. So after drafting it that way, use your chalk or whatever thing you're using to mark and you trace the line out. So this is the front. So the next thing now is to draft the back. For both the front and the back, we are using 6 inch by 9 inch. So it all depends on you. All depends on the measurement you want to use for your own bag. It's not compulsory you make use of this particular measurement. So for the top, I'm using 2 inch by 9 inch. 2 inch by 9 inch. That's for the top. And for the flap, using 4.5 inch. 4.5 inch by 9 inch. So I'm done with it. That's the flap. So I'm done with that. Next is to cut. And done cutting, then you cut the front out, leaving the back, the top and the flap together. So the next thing, you pick the front now. Measure 0.5 inch for your slant. So for the down parts, need to curve it. I use measuring 1 inch for both sides, both from down to up and the side. Then the next thing you use a curved surface object or a round object now, just the way you see now, to round that tip, the tip of the bag. So the next thing now, just the way you're seeing, slant it, then cut it. After that, you fold it so we can get the same shape, then cut it. So you need it to align, you need to align to be on the same page. So the next thing, now you pick the front, now place on the back panel with the help of your marker or the chalk or whatever you're using to draft now. So you mark the back out. So this is me trying to measure to make sure that it aligns. Measure both parts to make sure that it aligns 1 inch by 1 inch. So measure 0.5 from the top to for slanting. So use your ruler and a chalk or marker, whatever you're using for the drafting, to trace the line out. So the next thing is to pick the front now with the flap you place on it, because the flap is going to fall on the front. So just trace it out the way you're seeing. Then with the help of the scissors now you cut it out. So the next thing, I want to give the flap also a design. I don't want to leave it that way. So I also mark 1.5 by 1 inch. When with the help of the round objects now, just the way you're seeing it. So if you want to make your own flap, you can also decide to creative around it, make your own design. So this is just my own design for my flap. The next thing I'm going to do now is to craft the facing for the flap. So just the way you're seeing it, the facing of the main body, now place it on a pattern or whatever thing you're using to stand your back. Just trace it out the way you're seeing, trace it out like that. Then with the help of the scissors, now you cut it. So while cutting it, ensure that the mark part remains on that particular pattern. You're not cutting on the line, you're cutting a little bit out of the line, since it's an interface. So it need not come outside, so you need to be inside a little. So just see the way it is now, interface. So the next thing now is to measure the base. Now like I said, the base is round, has no joining, so this is how you're going to measure it. Measure the length of the base. Now measure it round. So you measure the length of your base round, just the way you're seeing it. So what I got for the length of this base is 20 inch. That was what I got. So you get another pattern. You mark the 20 inch. Then after that, you mark 1 inch up from the side of the paper up, just the way you're seeing. Just watch what I'm doing. So you also mark 1 inch up. So for this base, you're using 20 inch by 4 inch. 20" by 4". So after that, you fold it just the way you're seeing it. Then with the help of the ruler and the chalk now, you trace out the middle parts. Then pick one of the main back body. So you measure that part to mark. Whatever you get there, you divide it by 2. Then place it on the center. As on that line you mark, which is the center, mark it. So you do it the same thing to the other parts. We trace the line out, and from there now you slant down. Slant it. That's the way you're seeing. After you're done with that, just cut from the line. I'm done cutting. So this is how it looks like. So after you're done with the drafting now, so the next thing now is to cut. Placing the pattern on the material you're going to use to cut it just the way you're seeing. Ensure you allow your allowance from 0.5 to 1" allowance. Folding. We place the pattern on each material you're making use of to cut. So we're done with that. The next thing now is to apply gum. Apply gum on both the pattern and on the material, whatever material you're using for practical. So this is a leather material. Ensure you apply gum on both the pattern and the material you're going to use. Just do it on all parts of the bag. So please, if you're watching this video and you have not subscribed to my channel, please do well to press the subscribe button so you get notified of all my tutorials each time I upload. So now the next thing now is to pick them one after the other and pick the pattern and stick on the main material. So this one is the flap, the interface of the flap. So apply gum on the side now. Pick the main body, which consists of the top, the back and the flap now. So ensure you smoothen it the way you're seeing. Then apply gum on the side. So we are done with them. So The next thing is to fold. So just watch the way I fold that round part. You ensure you still maintain the shape of what you saw, or what you drafted, sorry. So this is the interface of the flap. So we're leaving the other part where the lining is going to come in. When you're done, just trim off the excess. So that part is where the lining is going to come in. So we're leaving 0.5 there for that to attach to the lining. So pick the main body now, which consists of the back, the top, and the flap. Now also fold. So when you're done folding, use your scissors now to cut the excesses. Do the same to the front part. So when you're done folding, also cut the excess. So I'm done with all the panels now. The next thing now is to fix the handle. For the handle, I cut 1 inch by 12 inch. So for the top now, measure 2 inch in. Then remember we used 2 inch for the top. So now you're finding the middle of the top now. Then the next thing, from the middle now, you place your tip like where you're seeing, measure 0.5 to the other side for one side and 0.5 to the other side. Then you use your chalk now and your ruler now to trace the line out now, making it 1 inch. Then with the help of a sharp object, which is razor blade or whatever object you have to use, you just open up a hole, not too much, just a little, like a little, don't make it too much. Then you pick your handle now, just pierce it in. Just pierce it in, just the way you're seeing. So ensure that the handle gets to the tip of that place. So open up that part now. You push the handle in. Now with the help of the glue, you stick it to the back. Ensure the handle gets to the tip, so that while sewing, you're going to sew on the handle too, for it to be strong. So this is how the handle looks like. So this is me fixing the design for the back. So the next thing now is to fix the magnets. So you look for the middle part of the flap. Now you mark it, then from there you mark 2" on both sides, 2" one side, 2" to the other side. Then from the down part now, you measure 1" up. Place the magnet just where you're seeing, place it that way. So it will give you a mark. Use your chalk now to mark it. Then use a sharp object to pierce a hole, a little hole. Then fix it just the way you're seeing it. Then you pick the head now and cover it with the help of your magnet. Just hit it down. You do same to the other part too. So that's all for this part. See you in the next video.